Hello there, how y'all doing? Greetings to friends, family, and loved ones. Alright, a person should introduce himself to anyone in 10 minutes or less. So that's what I'm going to do. Keep it on 10 minutes. 10 minutes in which to introduce myself. For starters, my name is Charles Neely. I was born 52 years ago in St. Louis, Missouri, at a hospital called Homer G. Phillips Hospital. At that time, it was a hospital for colored people and Negroes. On my birth certificate, my name fully states, born to Jesse Richards. Jesse Neely, or Jesse Baffert Neely, correction, and Charles Neely. And my name on the birth certificate is listed as Charles Neely Jr. However, years later I would drop Jr. from my name. I am making this video because of something very interesting. And, let's see here it is. A few days ago, this came in the mail. It was a large envelope from Charlie Daniels, Secretary of State. Hope y'all can see that's a very big package. What's in this package is something that's going to change my life. And I had hesitation about this in the beginning, but I'll let you show you. Alright. In this book, this package, from the Secretary of State office of Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas, Constitution, State of Arkansas of 1874. The Secretary of State Electronic Division Handbook here of elected officials for 2009-2010. Hope y'all can see that pretty good. And of course, there's going to be some big shoes to fill if I can fill them. The Handbook for Candidates running for public office. Published by the State Board of the Election Commissioners, Little Rock, Arkansas. It is this book that I have to read and go by. I already got through some of it, especially on campaign financing. That's right. I am running as an independent for Vic Snyder's, Congressman Vic Snyder's seat in the 2nd Congressional District of Arkansas. He's retiring this year. He will not be running for another term. Now, people are saying, why you? You're not qualified. You're not a lawyer or, a person that ran a business or a corporate, mogul or whatever. Why not me? We are living in interesting times. And one thing I like to do is read up. Haiti. The war overseas in Afghanistan and Iraq. And of course I keep up with what's going on with our armed forces, on newspaper. I am very versed when it comes to keeping abreast of what's going on. I try to be that way, I always was. My mother always told me, he sure like to have his head in them books. Well, reading is fundamental. And I just want to say that I believe I am the best choice to be the next representative in the House of Representatives from the 2nd Congressional District of Arkansas. I did not come to this decision lightly. From what I understand in this year's the election, we got Joyce Elliott, former state senator. We got Tim Griffith, former United States Attorney for the Eastern District of Arkansas. We got some, we're talking about some heavy hitters here, people that made a career in politics. And it's quite a list here. There's no way I can pretty much feel the qualifications of some of these people in their careers here in this state and their devotion of public service. Well, that's them. I'm in an entirely different category. I believe that we live in a time in which we can use just common plain sense And isn't it time, and I say this to the citizens in the state of Arkansas in the second congressional district, isn't it time we tried something a little bit different? What we got is the same old tired stuff. We got the Republicans here, we got the Democrats here, but in the middle is nobody. Well, that's where I come in. I'm running as an independent. I have no allegiance to neither party. My only allegiance is to our Heavenly Creator, the one who created the spark of life in all of us. That is my allegiance. And my second allegiance is to you, the people of Arkansas. I mean, this is going to be a shooting gallery here. It's going to be like the Wild Wild West. I mean, we got all these heavy hitters in here. And I have never been Democrat or Republican. Okay? I believe that no political party should set their agenda on anybody else. What I do believe in is one thing, that people have a right for their voices to be heard. And that's obeying the Constitution to let people peacefully assemble. I don't have peacefully assemble. I don't have a copy of the United States Constitution. But in the United States of America, we are two different people. We are first a citizen of these United States, which includes American territorial possessions, and of course overseas protectorate if we have such things. And we're also a citizen of the state in which we live in. Oh yes, we are two citizens, two different distinct groups. And in those groups we got rights. Rights to assemble, rights to the pursuit of happiness, and right to start a business, right to go out of business, which is happening a lot. And in my case, I helped a man named Jim Smith, more about him later, to run his business for about 10, maybe 12 years. It was a estate sales business, and we went all over the state, conducting sales and helping people dispose of their assets when a loved one passed. And I also learned how to use computers, and that happened way back in 1995. Friends of mine always telling me, hey man, you own computers. I said, yes, I am. I learned that without no training whatsoever, just by observing and watching. I mean, I read a few books, And I also was homeless. And that's a story that's been with me most of my life. So how can I condense that real quick in 10 minutes? Well, for starters, I'll tell you this. I never really learned how to organize myself as a person, to set goals. In the early 70s, I was convicted of burglary in Berkeley area. And I was sent to the Mississippi Department of Correction in Parchment, Mississippi, and I did 2 years. And apparently, I did my time, and that was it. And I went into the United States Army in 1979. Only did less than a year, and I got out. And in 1980, I was convicted again of possession of burglary too, and sentenced to the Mississippi State Department of Correction in Parchment, Mississippi. That would make me a twice convicted felon. And of course, later on, I would come to Arkansas and get in some trouble again. And this time, things got a little bit different. I got into a fight with a gentleman at the employment office of all places, instead of a nightclub or some place where drugs and alcohol is served. And I put a knife up to his neck. And for that, I got 5 years. That sentence has been discharged. But that kind of set with me a little bit. This time I had time to sit down and think about things. And the Bible says with gray hair comes wisdom. Well, there it is, gray hair. And I had time to think about